It's your favorite automatic technician coming at you live through one of the power of the internet. Sorry, I'm actually filming on my phone, not my GoPro. So here's the little thing. You guys have seen my video on aftermarket parts. I'm going to have to clarify some things on that. To state my point. People, I've read some comments and a lot of feedback. People said, oh, well, you're trashing, like, the tuner aftermarket stuff and this and that. No, I'm not trashing the tuner aftermarket parts. I'm not trashing those parts. I like tuner aftermarket parts. Like, I'm not trashing the body kits, the hood scoops, the aftermarket hoods. I'm not trashing any of that stuff. That stuff is, that stuff is quality. That stuff's quality. I'm not trashing that. So whoever thought I was, well, I'm not. So you guys are wrong on that. I'm just saying, like, general aftermarket parts from companies such as Keystone, I think it's Lighting Depot is under Keystone, stuff like that. Those companies I'm trying to point out that make inferior parts. And there's a company now that has still been around. I just haven't figured it out. Currently, it's called bumpersfornow.com. No sponsorship on this. I'm not going to sponsor it. They're basically a bumper remanufacturer. We have purchased 2 bumpers from them. I'm sorry to say, but this company is junk. I'm not trying to trash them. I'm just saying the quality of the work is garbage. We had a bumper for a Camaro. Yeah. One word, warped. Send it back. Now I have a rear bumper for an Audi. This bumper was taken off an Audi, I think it's a different model, same year. I didn't get a chance to take photos. I'm so sorry. I wish I could. I'm gonna have to in the future, but this one here, you could tell where they basically ground the plastic down, filled in the holes for the backup sensors, and you could really tell it was a butcher job. I mean, the bumper looks like complete crap. I'm sorry, you don't do that. For the cost of an OEM one, yes, it's expensive, but this is what insurance companies like ICBC don't understand. They expect us to buy from Keystone, expect us to buy from Japanese, manufacturers. It don't work like that. This is reality. We're not, as body shops, we're basically told to buy from Keystone, from these aftermarket manufacturers, because ICBC wants to save money. Yeah, they're an insurance company, whatever. I don't care. They had their fair share of issues and stuff. I'm not going to get into that. But, I don't condone ICBC's practices in some situations with aftermarket compared to OEM. I'm sorry, I don't. You guys must have seen the bumper reinforcement bar from, I think it's 2006 to 2010 Ford Focus, from the original OEM one, which has a laser weld and it's made of magnesium. Okay, that's original manufacturing equipment. That's Ford. The aftermarket bumper for the 2000, the same year, from Keystone aftermarket company, is pop riveted together. Okay, you can take a reciprocating saw and cut through it in 6 minutes. With the magnesium bumper with the laser weld straight down the middle from Ford, no chance. It'll burn the blade out. Now, to clarify that, yes, these tests are on YouTube. Ford has done these tests. Do I think they're BS? No. I think they have a legitimate case. It's okay, whatever, But you take an air chisel to the aftermarket one, that thing just Swiss cheese right through. I can't stress this out enough with people. I truthfully can't. Get the policy that's on your insurance that says only replace OEM parts, original factory, no salvage, no aftermarket. I can't stress that enough. So just to clarify, this is a clarification video for my aftermarket versus OEM video. No, I was not trashing aftermarket parts such as body kits, side skirts, bumpers, spoilers, hoods. I was not trashing those parts. No way. I like those parts. I've never had problems with them. Once I did, but it was a used part, so we had to get rid of it. But this was for a previous shop I worked at. So like I'm trying to say, if you buy a vehicle, this is what I tell people. If it has a certain amount of damage to it, it's been declared, it's been fixed, bring it to a body shop, an accredited body shop. Get them to look it over. Case in point. Like I said, I'm not trying to trash the companies like Keystone and BumpersForNow.com. Okay, I'm not trying to trash them. But they're saturating the market with inferior parts. Like, I'm not going to put a fender liner that's like that thin, for example, that thin, compared to an OEM one that's that thick in a car. Forget it. I will refuse that part and say forget it. Now, we're going to go on to clarify something from the auto wreckers. When a body shop requests a part, the auto salvage yard does have it, yes. If it does need to be fixed, ICBC charges the wrecking yard a fee to fix it. I've had to fix bumpers from the yard because they're damaged. We have returned parts that are damaged. Recently just had a 2011 Ford Escape come in that was break and enter. They smashed the rear passenger glass and the front passenger glass. They broke the trim panel. We had a trim panel purchased from the wrecker. Yes, it was the correct trim panel, but the inlay, the felt piece was wrong. So, in that situation, this is an OEM part. That's a wrecker's fault. Do I trust auto salvage yards? No. No, I don't. Realistically, I don't, because half the time, you know, they're not trained to cut out stuff like quarter panels, so they'll send a whole piece. Yeah, understandable, but case in point, do I really trust auto salvage yards? No. And I will not trust them, because yes, they're OEM parts, but you don't know how they're going to pull them off. You know, they could just be like, oh yeah, I pulled off, you know, pull it off, and then there's a crack there. Like, oh, it wasn't, you know, they could start, you know, there's wrecking yards that the guys just are paid to take parts off. Yeah, some of them don't. They get really aggressive, they rip it off, they break the part. That's, you know, the door panel's $200 and they break a $200 door panel, money lost, understandable. But case in point, now I'm going to get into the parts from a wrecking yard. Now we're going to talk about a scenario I had. It was a 2006 Nissan Altima came in the shop. Customer, you know, I don't know what the issue was. Vandalism claim. Front bumper damage, which was also the claim, and the headlights were damaged. He wanted to pay out of pocket. So we're like, okay, we'll find you some parts, don't worry about it. Case in point, we looked through, because every body shop in British Columbia, Canada, probably worldwide, has a system that does automatic estimation. And every wrecking yard in BC has a list of what they have. So we looked, they didn't have the parts. We bought some, you know, headlights from Keystone. They don't fit correctly. Sent them back. We got another set. They fit. 4 weeks later, after, you know, intense heavy rain, moisture started developing in the headlight. He got really upset with us. Not with us, but the fact, you know, it's a really crappy part. I can understand that. But I'm going to wrap this up real quick. What he ended up doing was taking our suggestion, said buy OEM. So, long story short, you guys, please remember, aftermarket parts aren't worth it. The ones that go on your car, not the after. You know what I'm talking about.